Right, the score. So here we go. First of all, cost. You got a point for every pound you were under 1,000. So James, that's 100 for you. Jeremy, 100. 250. Because
was your cost 750 quid?
Yes, it was. Then the speed. You get a point for every second you were faster than the Stig, or lose one for every one you were slower. James, that's minus 12 for you, minus 20, Jeremy, minus 72 for me.
Rightly so.
Then flamboyance. How flamboyant you drove. I've got the judges' results here. James, they said you weren't flamboyant, you got nothing. Sorry. No points at all. Then Jeremy, neither were you. None. Sorry.
I did a J-turn!
You put Vaseline on the lens, we couldn't see it, you fool.
That's rubbish.
Then I got a point for driving through the boxes. So...
Your tongue fell off!
A bit. I made it.
This is ridiculous.
Finally, the decider. Arresting the Stig. OK. James, you got nothing for that.
What?
So that gives you...
Well, you didn't get him.
88. I got nothing. So that gives me 179.
You've been building up tension here, haven't you? Because I'm on what am I on? So if I get 100 for my bow de Sears, I've won.
Yeah.
Did I?
No, funnily enough. No. You got 98, which means you get 170.
I'm sorry. No, hang on. No. Show me where it says I conveniently ended up with 1 point less than you.
No.
You've eaten it.
Yes, I have.
Well, since I am not prepared to go through your stools in the morning to look for the evidence, we have to conclude that the best car for the British police is a Suzuki Vitara with a doormat on the front.
Yes.
And on that blatant lie, it's...
Luckily, children, I got better. You might not be so lucky.
Yes, it's like my penis. That grew back. Yours might not.
Anyway, let's have a look how we all did. No real surprises in the scoring until we get to the repair section, where I got 2, Hammond got 4, James, you got minus 100.
Is that a minus?
Yes, that's a
it's
minus.
A minus.
Oh, come on.
Well, what else did you expect? Look, you failed to address any of these things. The ruined bonnet, the crumpled roof, door mirror missing, all these dents. All you did was concentrate all your time on one scratch. And it's still here. Look.
I ran out of time.
What you did there was prove what I've said all along. Polish doesn't work. It can't get rid of anything. When do you ever see the NHS going, ooh, that's a nasty head wound, we'll get some tea cut on it. It doesn't get rid of anything.
All he did was end up with a really clean scratch.
Exactly.
All right, let's move it on. Look, we've got the lap of crashes. Jeremy, you got 121. I got 103. Hammond, you got minus 174.
Oh, what? So, conveniently, I just happened to get minus exactly the number of points I had.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So you're now
That's how it
on...
happens.
There's no other word, you're on naught.
Yeah.
You're on naught. OK, but now is the big one. The handbrake turn. Now, our teenage judges said they were prepared to award up to 5 points for a really good one.
Well, just 5 points. That means I can't possibly win.
No.
Sorry,
What's
ignore
your
the
car doing?
Can I just say, you can't stop that happening. What happened was, you see, the thing is this got clobbered here, the washer, a headlight washer, and it's blown the fuse, and that just is constant. Been going on since we filmed it in March.
Now, Jeremy Clarkson, it is now between you and me.
Yes, it is.
Like last week.
Yes,
like
it
in the
is.
train race. So your
Yes, it
handbrake
is.
turn.
Yes.
What did you get?
The girls awarded me... nothing. No, but why do you do that?
What a
Why
rotten bit
can't
of
you
luck.
just admit that you are turned on by handbrake turns?
Just give in to it. Just
Why
go
don't
with it.
you know this as a man. There's nothing else going for you. No, come on. That is what does it. But you think we're immature when we do handbrake turns, don't you?
No, they claim to
But you don't. Secretly, you have a crisis. I bet you any money when... I'm sorry. Can you just...
This is consumer advice as well.
Shut up!
This is also consumer advice happening
The
right
door handles come off! Can you go in there and make that noise? Please stop. Can you open the door? Just turn... Can you turn the key? Yes. Come on, you're turned on now. Anyway, I got naught.
Yes.
And that
Rotten
means...
bit of luck.
That means you are now off. 3 points behind me. So if you got 4, the girls gave you 4 points. They did, didn't they? They did. What did they give you?
Nothing.
Yes! I am victorious!
Fairly beaten.
The Bulldogs.
No, think about it. Think what you're applauding, because what we're saying is the best car for a 17-year-old is a beige Volvo Estate with a broken back window.
Yep, that's what my children are getting. Be assured. Anyway, that is the end. If you are a lorryist and you are going to have an accident, there's a choice of something to hit. Avoid anything with bricks in it.
Yeah, always swerve and go for the big pile of mineral water.
Yes, that's a safer bet.
Anyway, look, we have done a scoreboard. It's hopeless, to be honest, and massively complicated, but the upshot of it is this. I got 60 points. Hammond, you got minus 25. And Jeremy, you got...
A gear lever in his bottom.
A gear lever in your bottom. And minus 3,560.
Why did I get that?
You just did.
Whatever. We have proved that the Scania P94D is the best truck in Britain today. And next week we have more lorries on, in fact, because we've been to America to test some muscle cars. Let's put the scores, shall we? How we're doing. Obviously, you get 1 point for every 10 or under 1,000. So, James, you got a half. You got 0.
Yes.
I got 55 for that. Calendars, that's 0. Overtaking. Okay, ready? James, you were minus 203. Richard,
yes?
you did well. Minus 178.
Right.
And me? Even though I got that Ford, okay, did spend quite a lot of time in the pit, so I was minus 206.
Oh, well done.
A bit disappointing. But don't worry, we're going to pick this up later on and all will be well. Anyway, it's now time to get the scores from the judges. James, what did you get?
Out of a possible 150, 74.
74, that's nearly a pass. Now, I got 23.5. Yeah. Which was the lowest score ever recorded in concourse history.
Yeah. Until I came along.
What did you get?
I got 9.
9?
9.
9 points.
Yep.
So, here we go. These are the totals. James, you are minus 129.5. Agreed?
Yep.
129.5. Richard, you are minus 169.
Yes, I
am. And I'm minus 127.5. And so, for the first time since, the Cheap Car Challenge about 3 years ago, I've actually won something!
Yeah. Well done. And it gets better. Because, as a prize, the producers have said you get to keep that 75 and use it as your car for a whole year.
And do you know something, honestly? As a car lover, I can't think of anything I'd like more. There is only one way we can settle this. So what I've got here is a list of famous people who in the past have owned a Ford Zephyr with a chrome nose. Elton John, Liberace, Dick Emery, remember? Oh, you are awful, but I like you. And James May. What do they all have in common?
What you're trying to say is that because I've got a Corniche, I must, by association, have a wardrobe full of spangly jumpsuits. Is that
That's it, yes!
Right, OK,
yes,
fair enough.
Spangly jumpsuit man.
Fair enough. Let's have a look at the Biggs, famous former owners. They are...
Is Max Mosley on that list?
No. It's worse. It's worse. Look, Armin, Brezhnev, Ceausescu, Tito, Hoxha, Hussein, Castro, Clerk, Hirohito, Pot, Tung, and Elvis Presley.
An impressive list.
It is an impressive list, but if your theory is correct, that means you're either going to murder millions of people or you're going to die on the bog trying to get 500 cheeseburgers out of your poo chute.
So really, it comes down to a simple choice. Camp
Or camp commandant.
Exactly. Anyway, now we've got to do some totting up. We've got the charts over here. I've got a pen. Now, this is what we paid for the cars. We were given £100 if we could get to
The top secret...
test track, yes, on the A5, without any mechanical problems.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
No, I didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
No, so that's no pounds to us for that.
No.
The power test against the Datsun?
Nothing.
No.
Nothing. No, naught there, coming back. The handbrake test?
I didn't do that either.
No. There's a sad moment there, but
it was
is
letdown.
no pounds back for you.
I did.
You did? That's £100 to you. And I did it as well.
I mean, we never saw you do it, but if you say you did it, then, Jeremy, you did it.
Absolutely. So that's £100 back to me.
Yeah.
The egg test, an important test.
Yeah, now I had 4 grams of egg left, but I lost 2 trim pieces, so that's... I'm £20 up.
£20 up for James.
Well
done.
Thank you.
I had 4 grams left, and I lost 2 trim pieces.
20
One of them was quite large, I admit, but
Adore.
nevertheless, £20 up. Richard?
I had no egg left at all,
No.
and 6 trim pieces fell off, so £60.
You're minus 60 there. That's not going well for the dolly, really.
It's a letdown for BL.
It is.
Sorry.
Now, the water test.
Yeah, now this, we got 20 pence for every yard you covered. You did 1,500 yards.
Yes.
So...
That's,
it's £300 your half-wit.
Yeah.
300. It was right on the tip of my tongue. 300 for him. Yes, £300 back. Well done.
I did 4,500 yards, which I think you'll find is £900.
Oh, well done.
£900. That's better than going on the weakest link. £900.
And you did 10 yards, Jeremy.
That's £2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every little helps. OK, so let's tot it up. Let's see how we did. OK, so, Richard, you are £1,010 out of pocket. That's minus. I'm £978 out of pocket.
Well done.
And, James, you are... You're £20 in the black!
Oh, brilliant!
James is the winner!
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Congratulations. You've proved to the producers of the show, you've proved to the nation and indeed the world that British Leyland did make a good car. And here it is, a beige Austin Princess with a brown vinyl roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, Britain made a good car. Yeah. Well done, James. Thank you. There was only one. They were rubbish. And on that bombshell...
It is time to add up the scores and see who's won.
Yep. Now, we've already filled in the scores for the drag race, the loading and the thief test. The tailgating, those where it gets tricky. You get a point for every centimetre under...
Every centimetre under 10 centimetres.
Right, so I was minus a half.
Yep.
Richard, you were 9, and James, you were minus 4 million.
Yeah.
What? Hang on a minute, I lose 4 million points for not tailgating.
That's exactly right. And you don't get anything for the door challenge because you were still naming all your spanners. And who won that one? That was me. I won the door challenge.
No, hang on. You put that on with gaffer tape. You can't have that.
The whole British Army is held together with gaffer tape. You see, it's not that.
Jeremy, it didn't open, and if something doesn't open, it's not a door.
He's right.
Did open.
It didn't.
It did when it fell off.
You can't claim that. All right. Who here thinks Jeremy won with the door? Who thinks Jeremy won that?
Hands up.
Who thinks I won fitting my door on with bolts? Everybody. So, one for me. You lost. You did. You lost.
Fair enough, I'm not sure. Plenty more ground. Well, we're 3, so you get 3.
And you get none.
Oh, well, you're gloating. Naught, man. And I get 2.
Yeah.
Now, the police chase. That'd be a big 3 for me. James, you did well. 2. And you... 1.
1?
Your van rolled over!
I could have been killed.
So, you'd have still lost.
Exactly. Exactly. And now we've got to add these up. So it's 5, 6, 5.5, 7.5, 10.5, OK? Richard, 3, 4... Oh, wait a minute. 4,
Stretching
7...
this, isn't it?
20, OK? And James, you're 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 3 million... sorry, minus 3,999,993 is what you scored.
Didn't go well for you, did it?
You're not going well.
However, there was one more challenge because the producers told us to put a man with a van type ad in a newspaper each, and then we would each get 1 point for every response we got from our ad.
Yes, we did. So, James, what was your advert?
My ad was... Man with van, LDV convoy with fully functioning automatic door system, driven by steady, sensitive, classically trained pianist.
Nice.
Pretty good.
good.
Remember, it's 1 point for each reply.
Oh, yeah.
Chance for you to claw back some points here, James. How many replies?
None.
Right.
So you're pretty much out. OK, Richard, your ad was...
Well, my ad ran like this. Driver with van, surprisingly spacious, would suit anyone who lives at very narrow street. Speedy delivery guaranteed thanks to F1 style mid-engined layout, which it's got, which it has.
No denying that. How many replies?
1.
1. So you actually now get 21. I think this man with a van malarkey is not as well paid as we might have imagined.
It's not brilliant, is it?
Not really. So...
Come on, let's hear
mine... Oh, yeah, very quickly, very simple. Man with van, classic Ford Transit, well ventilated.
It had no door on it.
Well ventilated. Willing driver, slightly bad back.
Right, OK, so let me just work this out a minute. So if you... Hammond's in the lead, but if you get more than 10.5 replies, you'll have won.
Yep.
11.5 replies, I think.
11.5 replies.
And you got?
None!
Yes, I win! It's me!
And the really good thing is that this means all future van tests in future will be done by you.
I don't want to.
Yeah, then I'm going to do the supercars from now on, although that is a way off, because this is the last programme in the series.
Hold that a minute. Right, I've done a quick chart of how we're performing so far.
We aren't...
I'm not performing.
Right, economy. 3 points for me, most economical, obviously, followed by Hammond, 2, you 1. Top speed, it's the other way around, you're the fastest, 3 points, 2 for you, and 1 for me, the slowest. Now, value, you get a point for every pound you save under the £2,000 budget, but you lose a point for every pound you go over it, OK? So I am winning that. My car was £800, I score 1,200. You, minus 65,000...
James,
I think there's something wrong with it.
645. I can't write on a vertical surface.
OK, let's have a writing competition. You lose.
Yeah, I will. But that's not in it. Hang on, your
Badly.
car, you lose minus 48,000. 2,000, 50,000
minus-
pounds.
no, hang on.
anything.
Have you included his optional windscreen?
Don't encourage him.
Is that optional?
It's an optional windscreen.
How much is it?
1,500 quid.
Minus 1,500. That's interesting, which
James-
is minus is a plus, which
James,
is a minus.
this is very riveting, but it's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant.
It is irrelevant. It's like saying, Jeremy, you lost to Manchester United yesterday. I wasn't there, and I wasn't taking part.
You are taking part in this.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. Just
we-
because you can't be bothered and you've done it wrong, you're losing. Catch up here. You've got fires extinguished, water capacity. You can still claw it back for the total. But at the moment, mate, you're losing. Fires extinguished. So far, I've done 2. Hold on. Let's have a look at the final scores on my water damage scoreboard.
No,
because...
James. No, there's no point. You get minus £1 million because that was the cost of the real fire brigade that had to come, and I get plus £1 million for winning everything.
No, hang on. The only reason your doors to manual Audi beat the magnificent Nomad is that you fed the finishing line's cat.
And because it was faster and better in every way. It is a superb car, that TT, but you can't have one.
Because of the air hostess thing?
No, because I've driven 3 examples of it now, and every single one has had squeaky brakes. You can hear it in the film. And it drives you mad.
No, that's
Absolutely mad. So you can't have one. And
The scoring, this is where we are, OK? The first of our tests was a high-speed run. Amazingly, James's Jag, fair and square, won that one.
Yep.
It won the second, which was the ride with the wet laps, if you remember that. Then the Alpine course. At that point,
things took a bit of a turn for the worse for the Jag. It very much lost that. Then we come to fuel economy. This was on the run from Millbrook, where we were, to Oxford.
Yeah.
The target was 20 mpg, OK? Points for over, points deducted for under that. My BMW did it in... I did 21 mpg, so I believe I gain a point, so that's +1 for me. Jeremy, you did...
The light,
17.
efficient. You see, 7... Who believes that?
Yeah. Well, that's what it did. 17, so you lose 3, so that's -3 for JC. Yeah, but then we get to James's Jag. James, what did your Jag do?
8.
Pardon?
What?
8.
8. 8 miles to the gallon. 8. Was that oil?
Oh, I thought you meant the oil. No, it's about the same on the whistle as well.
So that's -12 for you. Then we come to reliability. This was, again, points knocked off every time we break down. Now, Jeremy, amazingly, nothing went wrong, so that's no...
I thank you. Not a single...
I like the booing. I like that. That's good. Now, I did have one, I have to confess, brake light failure, so... I like that as well. So that's -1, and then obviously James had 5. -5? 5
He
faults.
never even made it to Oxford. I mean, I get, right, 0 for reliability. I buy a car with no mechanical faults at all and score
But you don't lose
0.
any. I lost 1, James. That's the rules. It's the same.
It's -35 for buying a car with a manual gearbox. How fair's that? I lose 35 points from a wet crotch. How can that be fair? How can that be
that's the
fair?
rules.
I'm
That's
sorry,
how it
is that fair? I end up with a wet crotch and 35 points off.
It's the same rules. This is pathetic. It's like Manchester United, FA Cup playing Arsenal last week. They were better than Arsenal for 90 minutes, then they lose on penalties. That's the rules.
Right. Medical procedures. Now, I performed 2 of those. You get 7 points for each one, so I've got 14 points. Richard Hammond, you actually performed 3, so you get 21 points.
No, hang on a minute. I did 4, because I did the intestines, the catheter, the drip, and I did the airway.
Yeah, but you weren't asked to do the airway.
Yes, but I did it.
We could have done a breast enlargement. It wouldn't have made any difference to your points. You were asked to do 3 things. You did them. Now stop moaning. What did I get?
Yeah, well, this is the interesting thing, because you, I'm afraid, got 0.
Oh, that's because I was rather transfixed by my patient's thing.
Well, weren't you?
Trust in me. No, I was. I went round one corner. It nearly went in my mouth.
Yes.
That would have been bad.
Let's move on to value. Richard Hammond, yours was the most expensive. So
Can you believe it?
Well,
difficult, but you get 0.
Yeah.
Jeremy Clarkson, yours was very slightly cheaper, so you get 5.
Yeah.
Mine was very much cheaper at just £1,800. I get 10.
10 points there.
OK, moving on now. Sirens.
Yep.
Mine, but it was rubbish, really. I'll confess.
It was.
Yeah, it was. So I get 0
It was
there.
childish and rubbish.
Jeremy, yours didn't work.
No, it
either,
didn't.
Did
It wasn't childish, it just didn't work.
It was rubbish. James, you get -461 for that one.
How do you work that out?
Well, because not only was your siren inaudible, but it doesn't actually say ambulance on the front of your ambulance.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't.
It doesn't, because, look, you've written the word backwards, but you've got the letters the right way round still. It's...
Yes, I know, but... Yeah, but the shop where I went didn't have back-to-front ambulance lettering.
Yes, and as a result of that, you are now on exactly -1,000.
Yes, you are.
That's incredible.
Absolutely remarkable.
Incredible maths, but there we are.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to claw something back here.
We were given another challenge, which I have here. Let me read it out for you, OK? The reason why middle-aged men, such as you, that would be us, buy Porsches is because they're having a midlife crisis. Each of you must place an ad in a Lonely Hearts column, and you will refer to the car you've bought. 5 points for each reply. So, James, why don't you read out your advertisement that you placed, genuinely, in wherever it was?
41-year-old man with sensitive hair. 41-year-old man with sensitive hair drives Porsche 944 Lux, seeks brewery ARS or similar, must have liberal attitude to motorcycle components in the bath.
And how many replies did you get?
Well, 3, actually.
3 replies. Right. So that's 15 points.
OK. There you go.
OK, Hammond?
Well, my advert went like this. Porsche 924 owner, got it in first. Good-looking, mild-mannered, snappy dresser, 5'11", would like to live...
5'11"?
Mild-mannered.
It's a lonely heart's ad. If I put angry short bloke, I won't get any replies. Big it up, talk it up.
So how many replies did you get?
None.
So that would be a big fat naught for you. Now,
what about you?
My ad, Porsche 928 driver, that's the V8 one.
Did you actually put that's the V8?
Yeah, look there. That's the V8
Actually wrote that. Okay.
Tall, slim hips. Likes books with speedboats on the cover. Would like to meet someone for friendship, maybe more.
Can I just point out, do you know where he put that advert? He put that in the Men Seeking Men column.
Frankly, a moment of genius, that, because I recognise that men would like the V8 thing.
But did they?
Yep, got 2 replies. So
Did you?
look,
Oh, right,
plus
so
10.
another 10
for me. OK, right.
Our researchers worked out how much fuel was used on the Manchester run. 30 mpg was the target for every mile to the gallon. Over that, you get a point. For every mpg under it, you lose a point.
Right, I have the results of the economy run. The Volvo, 20 miles to the gallon, giving Jeremy a score of -10. The Rover, 23 miles to the gallon, giving Richard a score of -7. And the Audi, a remarkable 35 miles to the gallon, giving me 5 points.
Yes, now I have just been told that we're also going to be tested on reliability. We're going to lose a point for every time the bonnet had to be lifted, which means none there for you, James, none for me, and minus another one for Jeremy.
OK, so the results. Richard's Rover went round in 1 minute 42 seconds, so that is 8 seconds under the 1 minute 50 target. That means 8 points. James's Audi was 4 seconds under the target, a 1:46, so he gets 4 points. And my Volvo 148, so that's 2 points. It's a plus. It's a plus.
Right, brakes. Now then, James's Audi pulled up in 40 yards, which is 20 under the highway code stopping distance, which means he gets 20 points. Then my Rover stopped just in 48 yards, which means I get 12 points. And then, amazingly, Jeremy's Volvo, as an advertisement for the advantages of anti-lock brakes, stopped in 34, which means he gets a very handy 26 points.
Right, enough. The results. Richard's Rover, 3 faults, giving him -3 points. My Audi, -4 points. And Jeremy's Volvo, back on form with -12.
Now it's time for the final test.
OK, so your car worked. Great. But you didn't, because I have managed to secure this X-ray. Now, what do you think that is, Jeremy?
It's an X-ray of a hand.
It is. More specifically, your hand after that crash.
That crash at 40 miles an hour?
Yeah, whatever. The important thing is this bit. Look, the thumb. It's broken.
No, it isn't.
It is. You broke your thumb.
No, it
James,
isn't.
is that broken?
It's broken.
It is.
It's chipped.
Oh, look, if a teacup is chipped, my mother would say it's broken. And it would go,
Absolutely.
it's broken.
It is. Jeremy, accept it. You broke your thumb. That's 5 points off, so -5, which brings your score, if I'm right, after all that we've just done, to 0. No points at all.
But there is one challenge left, and it is the big one. It is the cost. Now, we earn a point for every pound we've saved from our original £100 budget. Jeremy, you have no points. You're out of it. I've got 25, Hammond. You've got 10, so 15 quid either way could swing this.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yep.
I have the receipt for my car
OK.
here.
Come on. Tell me.
And I spent £75.
Right, £75. So if I can be £15 under that, I spent £80, which means James is ahead. Oh no, which means Jeremy, unless you've got your car for about 10 quid, James is going to be the winner. Oh no.
Oh, no.
£1! £1! Yes!
I should have misspelled M3 in the tagline bit on the
What,
internet.
3M?
No, if I'd spelled it Angelina Jolie topless, I'd have got more hits than both of you put together, but I didn't.
Anyway, we then did an economy run from Germany into Poland. Sadly, there isn't time tonight to show you that. The upshot was, though, James ran out of petrol. Therefore, you get minus 141.
Hang on.
What?
I've got minus exactly what I already had.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the rules, but it happened to him once, actually.
It did.
does, yeah, it
That
does.
is the rules. You're minus 141, so you're currently on 0. I get 10 for that because I won in the Ford thanks to its 2-litre engine, and you get 5 for coming second.
Yeah, okay.
Which means we have just one final challenge, something to do with price. I have it here.
So this is like a 2-horse race now, isn't it? It's either you or me who's going to win this.
Oh, it's
He's out.
absolutely. He is completely out. He's on 0.
Okay.
So here we go. You get 1 point for every pound your car was under the £5,000 budget.
So hang on, mine cost £3,990, so I get 1,010 points there. Look at that. that's I like that. Go on then. How much did yours cost?
4,999.
So you get 4 points, which means clearly I win that. Thank you very much.
Well, I may as well have just bought a toy car.
Mate, those are the
If I was
rules.
going to get the price, I would have got 5,000 and I'd have won.
Those are the rules and I win. Thank you. I'm delighted. And rightly so.
I'm sorry.
Not a small distance.
I'm sorry if I may just take that from you and ask you to stand to one side because my car was £2,990, meaning I have 2,010 points straight away there, which I think you will find makes me the winner.
That's just silly. That's just ridiculous.
Are we honestly going to say on the world's biggest motoring show to 350 million people that the best track day car is a slow,
Rusty.
wobbly-wheeled, small, uneconomical piece of junk?
Yes.
Right, delivery systems. Now, mine, it didn't really work, did it?
No, well, the door didn't work one time and they fired a man through a window the second time, so that's definitely no.
Yeah, that did happen. James, you didn't actually have a patient to deliver. So I'm afraid you get minus 10 for that.
Oh, no. All gone wrong.
Yeah. Jeremy, yours did work. It did, so you get 5 points. Right.
So hang on a minute. Hang on. This is close. Not with you, obviously, James. But Hammond and I'm only 3 points behind you.
Yeah, you are.
And we arrive at this bit, OK? This is the condition of the patient when you arrived, or I say he, the she, whatever it was, arrived at the hospital.
Yeah.
So, here we go. James May.
Yes.
Your patient condition was
Missing.
presumed dead.
Yeah,
Yes,
dead.
so
I think
you score...
naught.
Right, 0. The condition of Hammond's patient...
Dead.
Right, so he scores...
Naught.
And the condition of my patient...
Your patient, Jeremy, was alive.
And so I score...
1.
Do you mean 1?
It's 0 for dead, 1 for alive.
I was the only one of the 3 of us who got a patient to a hospital alive, and that matters.
Yes, and that's why you got that point.
So you're saying that because I only get 1 point, that means I now lose to Rick you, even though your van was slow, expensive, its brakes caught fire every time you tried to slow down, and it killed everybody who got into the back of it. And the only reason you won is because you happened to be good at putting the tube in a ladyboy's sausage.
Yep.
Which means that you, Richard Hammond, have single-handedly ruined the National Health Service.
Yep. The scores. The scores. Here we go. So after all of that, after the 11s and his Tibetan squiggle was disqualified, no points there.
Predictable.
This is where we stand with the scores. James and I separated by just 2 points on 27 and 29. Then there is a bit of a gap. He's struggling. Minus 122 for Jeremy.
Everything to play for here. And really, it kind of depends on how much we got when we sold the car. So, James, how much did you sell your 944 for?
£1,400.
Well done. So, you lose, you lost £100, so that's 100 points off there. So that puts you on minus 73.
Minus 73, so
Oh,
what
dear.
about you?
I haven't really... No, I haven't sold it.
Haven't or couldn't?
Bit of both, I suspect.
Nobody would buy it from you, so?
Well, the point is, I think I'm about to lose 1,500. I am. So that's not good.
Oh, I'm swelling.
1,500. So that's
This is a great moment.
1,471. I think that means I'm probably out of it.
Well, no.
The only consolation is you're
Ready?
coming second.
I sold mine for £1,800.
Nobody bought that heap of junk. I'm sorry, I don't believe
I'm
it.
the winner thanks to my genius. Because I realised I couldn't actually sell the car as a car, because
Well, it barely
technically it sort of wasn't anymore, so I sold it in bits.
What?
I sold it as spares. I got £1,200 for like the wings and the doors, and that was a bit short, so what I did, well, you're not going to believe it. Okay? Are you ready for this? Ready?
Yes.
And I've sold these already. They're pre-sold. 600 quid. Look!
Turned your car into a living room.
Yes! He, and this is very complicated, he was on minus 35. So in other words, if he's done
So
8
7
laps...
in it?
Yeah, if you've done 8 laps more than him in the 4 hours, you win.
So I've got to have done 88 laps.
You've got to have done 88 laps.
Yeah.
You did 80...
Yes.
2.
Yes! I've won something on top here!
I won something on Top Gear.
I've won something on top here. Well, go
What?
on then.
What?
Go on.
At this point, you normally pull out some preposterous trick to show that you've won.
And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is no different. I have in fact won.
About it's over.
It isn't over.
Go on then.
No.
Okay. Look into this camera here, James. See this
Yeah.
one here? Now, how many people watch Top Gear around the world now?
About 250 million.
250 million people. You stand there and tell all those people that the best cheap car you can buy is a V12 car made by communists.
No.
Can't say that.
No, I didn't say that, people of the world.
No, you can't
And
say
I don't
that.
mean
He's got
that either.
The fact of the matter is, as you both well know, the best car there was the Starion.
No.
We'll admit that yours is the best car and that you won if you'll admit that you're a clot and you ruined your car.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Because
Do
it
I
would
do
have
it?
done.
Yes?
That's fair.
Yes? I'm a clot and I ruined my car. And I've won! Okay, what we've got here is the scoreboard that'll help us determine which is the best of the small hot hatches. We've already filled in the scores for Price, the pursuit race and the drag race. Now we've got the paparazzi thing. Hammond, how did you get on?
Well, you two put the pap in a bag, didn't you?
Well, we did, but actually, we should sell those bags to celebrities.
You should, because they're rather clever. You pull a drawstring, and not only can't you take any pictures, you can't get out of the car.
Yes, it's also technically false imprisonment.
Yes.
And
Well, yeah,
therefore
but
illegal.
so's trapping a wasp in a jam jar. Nobody complains about that, do they?
Yes,
So-
well, anyway, it didn't work because obviously there must have been another pap that we didn't spot because this picture appeared. Ha ha! Ha ha ha!
No. Wait a minute. The rules said it had to have the car in it, and I
did.
don't see the car in that picture.
It also said Mail Online, and I'm guessing, there's some evidence to suggest that is the Sun.
Yeah,
I think it's the Sun.
I hoped you wouldn't spot that.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't do very well.
I think that gives you a 0, Hammond.
Yeah, so you got a 0.
There
Now,
you go.
James May, how did you get on taking the older woman out for a curry in Hammersmith and then parking your car in an underground car park?
Not that well, actually.
How not that well?
Not that well.
Okay.
Not a single thing.
My plan was rather successful.
Was it?
49 pictures appeared of my car and me and Binky in the Mail Online.
49?
49 pictures.
Well, hang on a minute. 49 pictures of a fat old bloke and a young girl I've never heard of changing a wheel.
I know. And the extraordinary thing is, I'd like to show you the 49 pictures, but got in touch with the Mail Online yesterday, OK, to say, can we have the pictures? Do you want to know how much they were going to charge? £122,000.
What?
Really? I kid you not. They take a picture of me, they ruin my life, and then for me to buy the picture back is £122,000.
There are 49 pictures on there of you.
Don't show the cameras, otherwise there'll be a bill for 120 grand. But the good thing is...
Exactly, because of that, you score 49.
Yep,
Yes,
I'm afraid he
I
does.
do.
There's no getting around
Yes,
that.
I do. Which moves us on to Instagram.
OK.
James May, how did you do with your picture on the bus?
I scored 0.
Naught.
Yeah.
Nobody get naught.
Well, it's quite interesting, you see. I didn't have an Instagram account, so I set one up. No, but
That's a
hang on.
surprise.
No, but I set one up, and then as I was setting it up, I realised there was someone else on Instagram pretending to be me. So I filled in that reporting thing that pulls down, you know, and I sent it off, and all credit to Instagram, they reacted very quickly, by that afternoon, in fact, and they shut me down. Yeah, they didn't shut down the fake James May. They shut the real one down.
They killed the wrong James May.
Yeah.
OK, well, that's quite interesting. What's interesting me, though, is that there's a man somewhere out in the world, or woman, who's thought, I could pretend to be anyone I like. I shall pretend to be James May.
I know.
It's not very ambitious,
Why
is
wouldn't
it?
you be
It is
George
remarkable.
Clooney?
I know, but anyway, the net result of that, as they say in the army, is that I have naught.
You're
Yes.
doing very well
I've
here,
got
aren't
one,
you?
yeah. This is good.
So, Hammond, how did you get on?
Well, my picture was brilliant. Look at it. It's up. Look at that.
No, that is,
good.
apart
Yeah.
from the slogan with the sexual
that
intercourse
was
enthusiast,
awkward, yeah.
that is an amazing photograph, granted. So, how many people have viewed it and liked it on Instagram?
9.
Oh, they block you as well?
9. No. You see, I don't really do Instagram,
Yeah.
so I don't have many followers, so only 9 people have seen it.
Oh, dear, because I got 54,000.
Oh, for God's sake! Yes, but you do Instagram.
Yes, I do.
So you got lots
Yes,
of
I did.
followers.
So put 54,000.
Hang on a minute, let's look at this in a more positive light, Hammond. He has got 1.6 million Instagram followers.
Yes.
So 1.46 million people actively didn't like his picture. That's a good way of looking at it.
That's a lose,
It wasn't
really.
my best work, I admit. It was a horrid shot.
What was it?
54,000.
That does change the scoreline a bit.
Change the
doesn't
scoreline
it?
a lot, because I'm now on 54,053.
Right, okay.
And you're on 1.
Yeah, I'm on one.
Anyway, it gets worse, I'm afraid, for you two, because YouTube.
Go on.
I didn't add them all up, but my first David Soufflé video on YouTube, 266,000 views.
God.
More than 250,000 people.
You are ahead now.
Yes, I'm that's just comfortably in the lead, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yes.
So come on, Hammond.
16,800.
What, for all that effort?
I know! I don't get it either because I gave it a really cool, tempting caption. It said, look, epic street fight broken up by Ryan Gosling and Channing Tatum whilst Prince Philip tightrope walks between 2 cars.
Well,
Who
you
doesn't want to look at that?
You actually put that as the caption.
That's what it said. It's clickbait,
And then the
isn't it?
YouTube millennials
Yes.
thought, no, I'd rather watch a cat going.
Well,
That's
they must have done.
ridiculous. That is, I'm sorry, that is pathetic. Young people, you're pathetic. Right, so there we are. Those are the scores at the moment. You're out.
Yes.
And James, I'm looking and I'm thinking, and just a quick adding up, unless you manage to find 325,000 people who are prepared to spend 16 minutes, because that's how long that unboxing video was, 16 minutes watching you taking a small Toyota hatchback out of a cardboard box, I've won.
Yes.
So?
330,000.
Out of a box. Oh, he's doing the dance. You see this dance? How does he always manage to win?
Well, I think on this occasion it was partly because you tried to appeal to millennials by creating a fast show type character when nobody under 40 has ever heard of the fast show.
No, that's exactly right. You might as well have done the comedy adventures of Neville Chamberlain in 1939. That would have been better.
So, because there are more people who'd rather watch an old man take a small car out of a box than watch him endangering an office junior or me wearing a moustache, we have to deduce that the best of these small hot hatchbacks is comfortably the worst.
Yeah, that is our conclusion.
Yeah, and on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye!
Never mind, though. It does at least give us time to knock up a scoreboard and see who bought the best car. So, Jeremy.
Yes, now, in the 0 to 100 and then 0 again test, James set the benchmark, so he gets 0. I got minus 281, and Hammond, you got minus 1,000.
I didn't even take part.
That's why you get minus 1,000. Now, forensics, you get 10 points off for every disgusting thing that was found in your car. Now, mine was crisps, leaves and bits of my own skin, so that's not really disgusting at all. It's 0. James, you were mucus, scabs and saliva, so you're minus 30. Hammond, you now, let's get this straight, you were saliva, blood...
Yeah, but there was no mucus in
No
mine.
mucus, but there was pubic hair, so that's minus 30, and then poo, and that's 1,000, so that's
Why
minus...
do I get minus 1,000 for poo?
Because poo's really disgusting.
Well-
Of course you're going to get minus 1,000 for that.
Yeah, we don't make the rules, Hammond. Now, look, the thief test. Jeremy... Jeremy, your car wasn't stolen, so you get 0.
Yep.
My car wasn't stolen, so I get 0. Hammond, your car was stolen.
Yes.
And you get minus 1,000.
Do I? How'd you get to that?
Because it just is, it's scientific, this. Lap times, you didn't get minus 1,000 for that, they're there. Now, the gas test, let's just get this straight. No gas escape from my car, so I get 0. No gas escape from your car, James, so that's 0. All of the gas escape from yours, so that's minus...
Let me guess.
Yes, you're right, it's minus 1,000.
Is it? Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. Now, the restoration test, here you lose a point for every pound it would take to get your car back to showroom condition. Now, I, as you would expect, did best at this, so I am minus 5,500 points.
It's like the old QI, this. Yeah, go on.
Hammond, you are minus 7,500 points.
Yeah, it would
and
be,
Jeremy
yep.
Clarkson, you are minus 11,000.
Ah!
I might think, well, not him, but you anyway.
Right, so what have you got, James?
Well, I've won, obviously.
Yeah, that's a given.
You are
Minus?
minus 11,293.1.
Minus 11,293.1. So, Hammond, this is tense.
Oh, minus 11,000.
Well, there's still hope, though. You see, I can still do it.
540.
Yes! So, really... I mean, well done, James, but really, two conclusions we can draw from this. One, all identical cars aren't necessarily identical. Some of them do have pubic hairs in them and poo. And two, Richard Hammond, who buys more used cars than any man alive, is useless at buying used cars. And on that bombshell...
It's now time to work out which of these cars is best, and we begin with the getting out of Luca challenge. Now, Jeremy, I believe you arrived first.
Yep.
So the wall, so you get 10 points.
Good.
Hammond, you were second.
Yes.
So you get 5 points.
Yep.
And I, of course, was last, so I only get 2 points. However, the producers have said that any man who loses his car in the city is actually disqualified. So, in actual fact, Hammond, I'm afraid you've got 0.
Oh, I can see where this is going already.
Yeah, so you got 0 for that. Now, the scavenger hunt. Hammond, you finished first,
Yes.
so you get 10 points. I was second, so I get 5. James, you were last, so you get 2. However, because your ice cube had melted, I'm afraid you lose a point for that, so you actually only get 1.
Oh, dear.
Fair enough. Interestingly enough, though, Hammond, the producers said that because your dog wasn't real, that is minus 2 points.
Minus 2?
Yes. And also because your cedar tree turned out to be a larch, that's another minus 2.
Yeah. And finally, you didn't get a CD, so that's minus...
Oh, let me guess, is it 6?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
6 and 2...
It's 0.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
That's right. It's 0 for that.
Yeah.
People in the car. James, you got 12. I got 13 in the Citroen, and you got no.
I got 14 for that.
What?
I got 14 in it.
No, unfortunately, the producers have said that because your people weren't actually in your convertible, they were sort of on it, you were disqualified. So...
Oh, for God's sake.
Naught. Now, the big one, the lap times. Hammond.
Well, I did it in the Fiat in 2 minutes, 20 seconds.
Ooh, 2 minutes 21.
Close.
Oh, this is tricky. Well, I've got to look pleased now, haven't I, without being smug.
Yeah, you're not pulling that off. Go on.
2 minutes.
What?
15.
Oh, God.
So, I get 10 points.
Do you?
Wait a minute, you get...
Well, it can't be naught this time, can it? I'll finish.
You get 5, and you get... I'm afraid lost again, so that's another 2.
OK, so let's tot up the totals. Jeremy, you have 38.
Excellent.
Excellent.
The Citroen
I
one
have
is excellent.
14, 15. I've got 17. And Hammond, I'm afraid you have 5.
No, you see, he doesn't.
Really?
No, because the producer said it was a test of hot hatchbacks, and you must have a points deduction for turning up in a car that wasn't a hatchback.
Really? How many points does he lose for that?
It's 5.
Is it?
Is it really? Is it really? Yeah. So I get naught. Again.
Yes, and on that bombshell. Now, genuinely, we have absolutely no idea at this stage which one of the cars has won it. So we need someone from the audience, you're nearest. Could you just come and help us out here? Could you please reveal for us now the time done by the BMW Z4?
Be good. 1 minute 37. It's a good, solid time. It was not good weather.
That's awful time. OK, and now the Porsche Boxster, 1:37.3 to beat. 1:37 dead!
Yes.
You're in the lead at the moment. You're already out of it, as I predicted. Probably ran out of fuel. OK, here we go.
Oh,
the Honda
a
S2000,
ridiculous Honda.
1:37 to beat.
Yes!
That's all we've got time for. That's all we've got time for this week. I'm very sorry, but that's it.